pop those on? Rich County, to some, may just be a cold corner in northeast Utah. But to those who call it home, Rich County is a place where competitors live and championships are born. Under first-year head coach Lex Cornea, Rich men's basketball looks to turn things around. With no shortage of returning firepower and a hard-nosed Rebel defense being instilled, the boys who call Rich home are prepared to dominate on the hardwood. Welcome into another broadcast of Rich men's basketball on My Local Radio. This broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. All right, Rebel fans, get ready as it's time to join the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, down at the court for another edition of Rebel Basketball.
Good evening, Rebel fans, and welcome back to Randolph, Utah for tonight's matchup between the Rich Rebels and the West Side Pirates. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy to have you alongside me for a great matchup between the Utah and Idaho schools meeting in Rich County. Welcome into our Gary Tuscher pregame show, where we're going to highlight everything you need to know about tonight's matchup, including our J-Bar Excavation Scene Set, our Western Ag Credit Standout Student, and our T7 Propane in Woodruff Coaches Show before we get to the second half of our pregame coverage. The JV game is currently underway right now for those of you watching on mylocalradio.com. There's about a little under 3 minutes to go in the game, with the Pirates leading 50-33 over the Rebels. But before we get to the rest of our pregame coverage, we're going to step aside for a quick 30-second break here. And when we return, we'll get into our scene set to learn a little bit about the two teams playing. So I'll see you in 30 seconds.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tuscher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Back into our pregame coverage of the Rich Rebel men's basketball game against the visiting West Side Pirates. We'll get the game underway in roughly 25 minutes, give or take, as we'll see when this JV game concludes and how much time they give both varsity sides to warm up. But until then, let's check out our J-Bar Excavation Scene Set. It's provided by J-Bar Excavation, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. You can give them a call at 435-793-5855. So the Rebels are entering with a 4-3 overall record, picking up a win last night in a thrilling game against the visiting North Summit Braves. Final last night was nearly 9 points, 55-46, and offense so far this season is averaging about 55 points per game, and the defense giving up just slightly below that, 53.9 points per game, and that's something that Coach Cornea praised. You know, I talked to him before the game today, and he said, hey, we had a great North Summit team come into our gymnasium, and we limited them to under 50 points. That's Rebel basketball being instilled Coach Cornea's way, and we joked about it. He'd rather see his team win 2-0 than win in a shootout, and he wants defense, and they're getting it right now. As for the visiting Pirates, they're coming in with a 6-2 overall record. They were victorious last night as well, winning 43-37 over Firth. Offense for them averaging a little higher than the Rebels, 58.5 points per game, and defensively a little better than the Rebels as well, giving up about 48 points per game. So we should have a great matchup tonight, as here's a West Side team that has been playing the Rebels for a long time. A familiar face on their bench, head coach of the West Side Pirates, Tyler Brown, brother of former Rebels basketball head coach Ashley Brown. So I think he knows a thing or two about Rebel basketball. Maybe they've discussed things over at Thanksgiving dinner. But this West Side team, runner-up in the Idaho State Championship last year. Great success a season ago. They went 11-0 in their conference. So they are a really strong team, and the Rebels will have their hands full tonight at home. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our J-Bar Excavation scene set. We're going to take another quick break here on our Gary Tusher pregame show. We'll be back in a minute after these words from some Rebel supporting businesses.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
There's about a minute to go in the JV matchup between the Rebels and the Pirates, and then the varsity crews will take the hardwood to battle it out, as the Rebels will look to pick up their 5th win while Westside looks to get their 7th. But before then, we're going to get to our standout student portion of our pregame show, and it is provided to you by Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture.
It's now time for our standout student portion of the broadcast, and I'm with Rich High senior Haley Knight. Haley, it's great catching up with you again. So how about you fill me in on how the rest of your senior year has been going and what you've been up to?
Oh, well, I feel like my senior year is flying by. We've just been cheering for the games and practicing and doing all sorts of fun activities with the school.
That's awesome. Now, Haley, as you guys have started cheering for basketball games, I know that sometimes the cheer team has a bit of roster turnover from one season to another. So how has that change been?
It's been good. We actually had quite a few more girls come, so we have 13 now. And it's super fun to see all these new people and get the crowd pepped up.
Yeah, absolutely. I love seeing you guys out there. You guys do such a great job getting the whole crowd into the game. Now, I understand that sometimes crowds can be a little sparse at times throughout all this craziness. So has it been difficult trying to get yourself amped up when there's not that usual home crowd?
Well, it's been a little bit more difficult, but I know, we have to be there for the team, too. And so I just remind myself, we're not just there for the student body, we're there for the team, and that kind of helps, too.
Yep, that's a great way of looking at it. Haley, as you get closer to now it's pretty much the halfway point of your senior year, is there anything you want to get done at Rich High before you graduate so you can feel like you got everything you wanted to accomplish?
Oh, there's so many things. I don't even know where to start. We just have such a great staff and teacher group here that they can just help me with whatever I need. I don't know. I'm sorry. There's so many.
Is there maybe just one in particular? It doesn't have to be the most important, but just one that comes to your mind.
Well, I already told you about my associate's degree, and that's what I'm really working towards right now.
Yep. That's definitely a lot of hard work that will pay off. Now, Haley, refresh my memory from the last time we talked. After Rich High, what were some things you wanted to pursue?
Oh, I wanted to serve a LDS mission and then go to school, hopefully, in Hawaii.
Right, now I remember, it's coming back to me. So with it being a little cold outside, to say the least, does that make those Hawaiian beaches seem a little warmer?
Yes, I am definitely not a cold weather person.
Speaking of cold weather, Haley, how about you tell me a little bit about what you like to do outside of Rich High and some hobbies of yours?
Well, I'm kind of excited for the snow, even though I don't like the weather. I like snowmobiling, like up with my family and doing all sorts of stuff outdoors.
That's great. I might as well make use of the great landscape that surrounds Rich County. I'm with Rich High senior Haley Nye on the cheerleading team. All right, Haley, I've got one last question for you. As you get ready for your last semester, is there anything that maybe sticks out to you as a great memory over the last 3.5+ years at Rich High?
Oh.
I say anything as if it's just one thing, but I'm sure there's way too many to count.
Yeah, I love when we all get together as a school and we come up with like fun skits to do and just seeing everyone get excited about being here.
I love it. That's great, Haley. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Rich High senior Haley Nye, our standout student.
We've got about 13 minutes to go until the Rebels and the West Side Pirates take their court. So before then, we'll step aside for another 60-second break, and when we return, we're going to get the wheels in motion for our T7 Propane in Woodruff Coaches Show. So we'll see you in 60 seconds.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Welcome back to our broadcast. It's our Gary Tusher pregame show, and it's now time for the T7 Propane Coaches Show. So before we start airing those coaches interviews, let me introduce the two coaches to you as the music in the Rich High Gymnasium just went up a couple decibels. So the West Side Pirates are coached by Tyler Brown, brother of former Rebel basketball head coach Ashley Brown. And as for the Rich Rebels, first-year head coach Lex Cornea is behind the clipboard and on the bench for the Rebels. So we'll get that for you going in a moment. But first, this quick 30-second word from our friends at T7 Propane.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
I now welcome you into our pregame portion of the broadcast where we do our coaches interview. It's presented by T7 Propane, and I've got the West Side basketball head coach, Tyler Brown. Coach Brown, thank you so much for the time today. I want to start by asking, how have you evaluated how your team has played so far this season?
Well, I think so far today we're in the right spot. I think we got kind of a slow start because of football. We went into football quite a while, so our basketball was put a little bit on hold for a while, but I think the kids are doing pretty good. I think they're, coming together. We've had very few injuries, which is key, and so far so good. I mean, this will be our last game when we play you guys. It'll be our last game before we start into conference play against Soda and Bear Lake, so hopefully we are playing well by next week at least.
Coach, you guys had 2 games over Rich's winter break. How much of an advantage or disadvantage possibly do you think that is that you guys were able to play 2 games over winter break while the Rebels had some rest?
I don't know. I mean, some teams, it all depends. I think Rich is more of a veteran team. I think a lot of those kids that played last year are back again. So it shouldn't hurt them too much. I think a younger team it might. But, some teams it affects, and other teams I see they play better after the break when they don't play over, the Christmas break. So I think it's all the mindset of the kids and how well they respond to being off a little while and so forth. So it all depends. I think they'll be fine where they're kind of a veteran team and everything, so they'll be fine.
Coach, what can you tell me about the Rebels and what you know about them?
I don't know much. I know last year we played them. And we have always played you guys. So I know last year there was a lot of juniors on the team. So I'm assuming they're all playing again. I know we have one common opponent in Pinedale, and we both beat them by the same amount. So I'm assuming they're pretty much like us. And so it should be hopefully a good game. Hopefully we'll be able to go over there and make some baskets in your guys' gym. We haven't won very many times over there. So, hopefully hopefully the break will affect them a little bit.
I'm with the West Side boys basketball head coach, Tyler Brown. Coach Brown, I got one final question for you today. Can you give me a little bit of an in-depth look at your roster and who are some key players that Rebel fans should keep an eye out for?
Well, we from last year's team, we have 2 returners. Bryler Shirtlift, he's a junior, and then Blaze Brown, he's a junior also. So those 2 are the ones that returned from last year's team that played quite a bit. Then we got some kids that are, first-time varsity players or very little experience in Easton Henderson and Brenton Noreen and Jackson Stewart and a few more. We don't have as much experience as we'd like, but I think that the kids replacing the ones that graduated last year are stepping up well, and we're, hopefully in line to make another run in our district tournament and hopefully be district champs again like last year.
Coach Brown, I'm looking forward to the matchup. Thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you.
That is Westside boys basketball head coach Tyler Brown on our T7 Propane Coaches Show.
All right, Rebel fans and Pirate fans, we've got a little over 7 minutes to go until we get a tip-off here in Randolph. So we're going to take a quick break here, but we will be back in 2 minutes for the second half of our T7 Propane Coaches Show.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome into the T7 Propane Coaches Show with Rebels basketball head coach Lex Cornea. Coach Cornea, let's talk about last night's victory. You guys had a slow start from beyond the three-point line, 3 for 16 in the first half. What did you have to eat or drink in the second half to turn that around and just shoot lights out from beyond the arc?
Well, I don't know if we were necessarily lights out. We definitely relied on those, and they were big inside, so that was kind of where the openings were. But I don't think we're a team that can rely on making 9 threes a game, and especially if it's going to take us the number of threes it took to hit those 9. We need to become more efficient that way. But some kids stepped up and hit some big shots, and that's a nice thing to be able to rely on at times. But I mean, the saying, you live by it, you die by it, and tonight's a new night. I don't think that we can, always expect to go out and have 9 from beyond the arc every night. But glad they went in last night, and guys stepped up. They were open. They needed to take them, and they did.
Coach, we'll talk about the free throw shooting. You guys didn't make a single trip in the first half to the free throw line, but had plenty of chances in the second half to pick up some free points. What can you guys do to kind of put yourselves at home for all 4 quarters?
Well, we need to be more willing to attack the block and get inside and go up off of 2 feet and get the foul call. Right now I think we're relying too much on trying to create space and get away from guys, and there's times you need to go attack bodies and get into guys. And we're a good free throw shooting team, and we need to find ways to get there. One of those is by getting the ball inside, and then our posts need to make a good strong move that can earn a foul call. Sometimes refs pass on calls, but sometimes it's because a guy doesn't quite earn it. We got to be going into people and force that call to be made. I think we did a better job of executing the second half, and we did, at least attack the rim at times and force some of those foul calls to be made.
Coach Cornea, let's briefly talk about West Side, the Pirates coming here to Randolph. What do you know about them? What kind of style of play are you expecting to see from the school from Idaho?
Well, they're an excellent basketball team. I think this series of games has been going on since Coach Brown came here. This is his brother that coaches them, and it's been a great rivalry. They just won the football state title, so they're a very physical team, and they've been a great basketball team too. Last year they lost in the state title game, but honestly, they were probably the best team in their classification in the state, and they bring back a lot of kids. They got a guard, Blaze Brown, he's pretty special. So it's a very big test again tonight, and like I said earlier this week, these 2 games are very similar to the type of teams we'll see in the last 2 nights of a state tournament. The Penguiches and Bryce Valleys. These 2 teams are similar, so we definitely have our work cut out for us tonight. But with the work ethic and the effort I saw last night, I like our chances, and we know this is a tough gym to play in, and I think the guys are believing now. They see themselves as a good basketball team, and I think anybody who beats us is going to have to earn it. I don't think we'll be giving it to anybody anymore.
Coach Cornea, thank you for the time as always, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Matthew.
That's head coach Lex Cornea on the T7 Propane Coaches Show.
Big thanks to Coach Cornea. All right, folks, we've got about a minute and a half before the playing of our national anthem, I believe. So what I want to do is I'm going to try to time it up so that we take a 2-minute break during the national anthem. So let's go to the second half of our Gary Tusher pregame show and our Laketown Ledger from the town of Laketown. So open up the history book between the Rebels and the Pirates, and you will see that they have met a handful of times. And Rich is 12-17 all-time against West Side. The Pirates have won the last 3 matchups. And you look at last season, Pirates won by a combined 40 points when these two teams met up on the hardwood. So the Rebels trying to turn things around indeed. All right, folks. How about our keys of the game now? Key number 1, bombs away from deep. The Rebels shot 55% beyond the arc in the second half yesterday. So if you've got some space, pull up and shoot it. Our second key is get to the free throw line. That's something the Rebels did not do in the first half yesterday against the Braves. And I'm sure they're going to want to see themselves putting up some free points in the first 16 minutes of the game. And finally, the third key, 4 quarters. As easy as it may sound, when you're playing a tough West Side team, you cannot take a quarter off. It is all about 4 quarters of basketball. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break here, and when we return, we're going to have our starting lineups from both sides, and that's going to do it before we get to our Old Chicago Pizza and Logan pregame slice here on our Gary Tusher pregame show. So we will be right back in 2 minutes after this.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
in the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Beautiful presentation of our nation's anthem. All right, folks, it is just about time for Rebel basketball. It's the 4-3 Rich Rebels taking on the 6-2 West Side Pirates from Randolph, Utah. Let's check out the starting lineups for the opposition. Brenton Noreen, Blaze Brown, Jackson Stewart, a senior, and Bryler Shirtliff along with Easton Henderson makes up the five starting lineups, makes up starting five for the Pirates. 2 seniors, 3 juniors. Now for the Rich Rebels, your starting five lineup. Senior Connor Greer and his 23 points yesterday get the start. Here's Truman Huffner, number 3, another senior. 5 seniors in the starting lineup for the Rebels. Up next, it's Riley Taylor. Then the big fella, Logan Meerbrook, getting the start. And senior John Scott, number 40, gets the start. That's the starting lineup for the Rebels and for the Pirates. Now our Old Chicago pregame slice. The Pirates will be going from right to left if you're watching at My Local Radio, wearing maroon uniforms with white numbers on the front and back and a WS on the front. As for the Rebels, they are in their home whites going left to right with blue Rebels across the front and numbers on the front and back. And as for the crowd tonight, a good-sized crowd. Not as big as North Summit last night, but definitely a healthy crowd supporting the Rebels and the Pirates. And we are ready for basketball in Randolph as we begin quarter number 1. And the tip-off is won back by the Pirates. Bringing the ball up for West Side is Noreen. Brenton Noreen crossing half court, dribbling to his right across into the paint, and kickball is called on Truman Huffner, so it will be West Side to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket. Scoreless to begin the first quarter on the Station on Main scoreboard with 7:50 to go, and another inbound pass another pass is kicked away by Truman Huffner. Inbound pass, and it's moved around by the Pirates to the top of the key. Blaze Brown with it, feeds it inside. It's kicked out for a three from Stewart. That's online and good. And the Pirates strike first. They lead 3-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Let's see how the Rebel offense responds. Huffner brings the ball up for Rich. He's guarded closely by Noreen. Picks up a dribble on the far wing, needs to get rid of it. Finds Scott on the near wing. John Scott dribbles to his right for a moment, passes to Connor Greer in the near corner. Now Greer makes his way towards the free throw line and gets in and out of the paint by passing to Huffner. Huffner near the center court line. Now dribbles inside the perimeter, pulls up near the far block. Off the glass, shots no good. Rebounded by Scott in the corner. Dishes it out to Taylor at the top of the key, who passes to Greer. Greer comfortably waiting, now passes it up to Huffner on the near wing. Huffner in front of the west side bench, passing to Meerbrook at the top of the arc, who looks to Greer on the far wing, who looks to Taylor in the far corner. Taylor dribbles to his right, passes to Scott. 3-0 Pirates with a little under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Greer has it on the far wing, dribbles down the baseline, pulls up, passes to Taylor at the top of the arc, who dribbles after a pump fake, puts a shot up off the glass, no good, rebounded by Westside. Here come the Pirates the opposite direction. It's Shirtliff crossing half court, passing into the corner for Stewart. Ball at the top of the key now with Shirtliff. Shirtliff looks to Brown, who's the block, picks up his dribble, passes to Shirtliff for a top of the arc three. That's good. Back-to-back threes for the Pirates, and they have a 6-0 advantage on the Station on Main scoreboard. Scott has it for the Rebels on the near wing. John Scott dribbling to his left inside the perimeter, picked up a dribble and passed to Meerbrook. Meerbrook uses a screen from Scott, pulls up from the elbow, mid-range shot off target. Rebound goes to Brown. Brown pulls up for three on the other end. That's off the front iron. Ball is tipped out of play, last touch by a Pirate, and it is Rebel basketball. Rich trails 6-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard with 5:47 to go in our opening quarter here from Rich County. Greer takes the ball for the Rebels across half court, picked up his dribble and passed to Huffner on the near wing. Huffner gives it back to Greer on the other end of the court. Greer driving in, kicks it out to Scott in the far corner, who now goes inside the perimeter, pulls up from the elbow, and shot no good, but put back is by Meerbrook and one. Logan Meerbrook elevates himself to get the loose ball and fouled on his way to the basket on a putback attempt. Pushes the score to 6-2 Rebel Pirates with an opportunity to make it a three-point play now. Free throw up and good for Meerbrook, and it's a one-score game early here in our first quarter. It's 6-3 Pirates on the Station on Main scoreboard. Westside getting the ball across half court now by passing it to Blaze Brown. Brown has on the near wing, puts up a three. That's off the rim, no good. Rebound Westside though, they go up strong with it. Misses that opportunity. Rebound goes to Stewart, passes to Shirtliff for three. That's offline. Another loose ball, this time it's rebounded by the Rebels. Goes to Greer. Greer bringing it across half court. Dribbles his way through the paint, wants to dish it out, but has his pass intercepted. Whistle blows and a foul on Greer. It's the first foul for the Rebels and the first foul for Greer. Westside bringing the ball up across half court. It's being manned by Brenton Noreen. Pirates move it along the perimeter of the defense. Look inside the block now. Here's Shirtliff with it. Working on Huffner, goes up strong and finishes the play for a basket. 8-3 Westside with a little over 4.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Rebels get it across half court. Scott passes to Greer along the baseline. Gives it over to Taylor on the near wing. Taylor tries to find some Meerbrook inside the paint, but it's tipped around a couple times. Picked up by a Pirate in the far corner, but he had a foot out of play, so it's Rebel basketball, and we will have our first Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. 8-3 Pirates. We appreciate you making Rebel and Pirate basketball a part of your Friday evening, no matter where you're joining us from. Inbound pass goes to Taylor. He passes to Scott at the top of the arc. Now passes to Huffner and moving it around the perimeter to Greer. Back to Huffner from Greer. Truman Huffner dribbling his way backwards towards the center R. Huffner Moving to the left, picks up his dribble, cross-court pass to Meerbrook, who passes to Scott for three. Off the back iron, no good, rebounded by the Pirates. Bryler Shurtleff crosses half court, picks up his speed and tempo, now dribbles his way back beyond the three-point line and back inside. He kicks it out to Easton Henderson. Henderson passing it to Brown. Brown picked up his dribble, looked inside to Henderson, has a loose ball, go through some legs and back to the hands of Brown. And a missed shot from Blaze Brown goes to Logan Meerbrook on the rebound. He passes to Taylor up across half court. Taylor attacking the perimeter inside the paint. His shot offline, rebounded by the Pirates. 8-3 West Side with a little under 3.5 to go as Shurtleff puts up a three-point shot which falls. It's an 11-3 advantage for the visiting team. And that's enough for Coach Corney to want to call timeout. We'll take the break ourselves. We'll see you in 30 seconds. For now, it's an 11-3 lead West Side on the Station on Main scoreboard.
In a state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
West Side over the home Rebels with 3:19 to go in our first quarter. And the Pirates have been lethal beyond the arc, knocking down a couple three-point shots to build this lead. It's Connor Greer to inbound it now and looking for a friendly face. Chucks it up into double coverage, and that ball gets across the court, and it was tipped by a Pirate as the Christian Leitner pass went across the court. No one was there for it, and it's going to be Rich to inbound it beneath the West Side basket now, and Greer once again unable to find anyone. This time he opts to throw it off the defender's leg and out of play to restart the 5-second timer. So Rich having difficulty right now with the inbound pass and on offense. They've got 3 points thanks to Logan Meerbrook's three-point play. Greer trying to inbound it. He has Huffner up top, and that's where he goes. Truman Huffner passing to the near far corner where John Scott was waiting for it. Huffner dribbles to his right to the near wing. Picks up his dribble, passes to Greer on the far wing. He looks inside to Scott. Scott kicks it back outside to Huffner. Whistle blows, and it appears we have a foul. And the foul is on the Pirates. It's Bryler Shurtleff picking up his first penalty, or first foul of the game. Coach Tyler Brown making a substitution, bringing in Riker Love for Easton Henderson. Huffner inbounds it for the Rebels to Taylor. Rebels moving along the perimeter, passes to Meerbrook at the far block, whistle blows, and another foul on West Side. And if you're head coach Lex Corney and the Rebels, you'll take all these fouls right now. Hayden Meek just checked in for the Rebels. Huffner to inbound it. Gets to Meek at the top of the key. He passes to Taylor. Taylor dribbles his way inside the paint, puts up a floater. Offline, rebound, and Huffner, he goes up with it. That's no good as well. Loose ball. Pirates come away with it. West Side crossing half court. Blaze Brown dribbling on the far wing. Passing inside to a wide open Riker Love, puts up a floater. Not good, and rebounded by Taylor. Huffner now dribbles his way across half court for Rich. He passes to Meek on the far side. Hayden Meek gives it back to Huffner at the top of the key. Dribbles to his right and passes to Scott on the near wing. Scott gets it to Huffner in the near corner. He passes it inside to Taylor, who works his way along the post and in. Great basket from Riley Taylor. And the Rebels trail 11-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard with a little over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. West Side moving along the perimeter, dribbling his way in and pulling up for a short jump shot, and off target was Noreen. And West Side got the rebound and fumbling with the ball at the far corner, but they come away with it. Brown passing to Noreen in the corner for another three-point shot. That's no good, rebounded by Huffner. Huffner crosses half court. He's got a man behind him who pickpockets him. Shurtleff comes away with the steal, and now Shurtleff will cross half court with it. He passes to Brown on the near wing, gives it back to Shurtleff for three. That's off the rim. Rebounded by Scott. Scott, cross midcourt. Passing to Meek on the near wing for three. Off the backboard, no good. Here come the Pirates with a little over a minute to go in the first quarter, leading by 6. They kick it out for another corner three. That's too deep. Loose ball. Hayden Meek comes up with it. Meek crossing half court and aware of the trailing defender. Picks up his dribble on the near wing. He's harassed by 2 West Side players. The whistle blows and a foul on West Side. The guilty party being Brenton Noreen. And that's the 4th foul on the West Side Pirates with 1:02 to go. It's Noreen's first, but it's enough to send him to the bench for Parker Henderson. Rebels trying to cut into the 6-point deficit. Little over a minute to go. Inbound pass goes to Huffner. Huffner drives in, puts it up off the rim. Rebounded by West Side. Another whistle, and it appears the foul is going to be against Rich. Foul is on Connor Greer, and I think that's his 2nd foul. Indeed it is. So something to monitor. Greer with 2 first-quarter fouls, and Coach Corney is going to yank him and put John Scott in. So Greer takes a seat, and Scott back on the court after a brief breather. West Side gets the ball across half court. Man in the point guard position right now is Henderson. Henderson passes to Brown. He gets up to Stewart at the top of the key. Back to Henderson. Over to Stewart in the far corner, who dribbles in, kicks it up to the top of the key. Henderson has it. He dribbles in, looks for an open Love on the block. Shot's no good. Loose ball, rebounded by West Side. Rebels had it for a moment, but off a couple fingertips and goes to the Pirates. West Side passes to Jackson Stewart, who dribbles along the perimeter at the top of the key. He passes to Brown. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Off to Parker Henderson now for the Pirates. Henderson dribbling to his right inside the perimeter. Looks inside, has a man who puts it up and good. It's Blaze Brown. 3 seconds to go. Rebels inbound at 2 seconds. They got to get a shot off. 1 second. Beyond half court. It's short by Huffner, and that's how the first quarter will come to a close. It's 13-5 in favor of the visiting West Side Pirates over the Rich Rebels as we move into our second quarter, which is presented by the Stacy's Repair. But first, we're going to take a brief minute break here on our broadcast, but it's a 13-5 lead for the Pirates on the Station on Main scoreboard.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
The second quarter from half court, down 8. Huffner driving in, putting up a floater off the rim and rebounded by West Side. Here come the Pirates. They pass it up to Parker Henderson. Henderson ditches it for an open cutting man, and Noreen puts it in off the glass to strike first in the second quarter. It's a 10-point game now, 15-5 West Side. Meek for the Rebels, passing it off to Huffner at the top of the arc. Huffner beginning to dribble now, his side down by 10 with a little under 7.5 to go in the first half. Meerbrook puts up a 3. That's off the back iron, rebounded by the Pirates. They pass it up to Noreen. Noreen dribbles across the elbow, kicks it out to the far corner. It's picked up by Shirtliff. He passes to Henderson, who dribbles his way towards half court, gets his orders from his coach, and now here come the Pirate offense. They move it along the perimeter. It's Brown with it, dribbling in and out of the paint for a moment. Passing it up to Shirtliff. Shirtliff goes back to Brown, who dribbles into the paint. Loses it, picked up by an open Rebel. And here comes Scott. Scott for Rich. Trapped in the corner and passes off to Huffner, who looks to Meek in the corner, who had to run after that. Kind of a deep pass and a steal for Westside. Pirates get it across half court. They give it to Noreen at the top of the arc. Noreen gives it over to Shirtlift, the two handing it off, and now it's given to Henderson. 6.5 to go in the second quarter, presented by Stacy's Repair. Shirtlift in the corner, passes to Brown. Brown had the ball hacked away but picked it up and gives it back to Shirtlift. Shirtlift dribbled his way to his left to the wing and now goes to Noreen, who passes to Henderson. Henderson taking orders from Coach Tyler Brown, passing it to the near elbow. Easton Henderson goes up with it off the glass, gets his own miss though. Goes up a second time, that's no good. Another offensive rebound, and a foul is committed as Blaze Brown went up hard with it. This is what's killing the Rebels right now. Second chance opportunities for Westside. They've got one too many offensive rebounds for head coach Lex Cornia's liking. It's 15 to 5 in our second quarter with 5:54 to go and 8 offensive rebounds as the first free throw is in for Westside, pushing the score to 16 to 5. 11-point game on the Station on Main scoreboard. We've only had one Bear Lake Realty free throw so far for the Rebels. That's something that Coach Cornia wanted more of. Second free throw from Brown offline, and rebound goes to Rich. Scott crossing half court. Riley Carrillo just checked into the game for Rich. Huffner crossing it, getting the pass. Looks inside. One too many hands there. It's intercepted by Westside. Here come the Pirates. Parker Henderson moving his way along the baseline, picked up his dribble, passing it to Brown, who looks to Shirtlift wide open in the corner, knocks down a three. 19 to 5, and the Pirates are running away with this one only in the second quarter. Scott has to get it across half court. Now he does to Huffner. He passes to Greer, who cuts in. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a foul on Westside. It's the 5th team foul for the Pirates. Blocking foul. And some substitutions being made by Tyler Brown. The foul was on Easton Henderson. And with that foul, Henderson will, well, that's actually Blaze Brown, I beg your pardon. Now, so a pair of substitutions being made for the Pirates with 5:18 to go in the second quarter. Rich trails 19 to 15. Greer puts up a corner three, that's short. Rebounded by Meerbrook for a moment, but he couldn't hold on to it. Here comes Westside. They pass it up to Shirtlift. He dives in on the left half of the court, reverse layup off the rim. Rebound is pushed away to the half-court logo. Scott comes up with it. He puts up a jump shot. Off balance, no good. Rebound Westside, but Pirates were the last one to touch it as it gets into the bleachers, and it's Rebel basketball. 4:54 to go. Rich trails 19 to 15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Huffner inbounds it now to Greer. Greer taking orders from Coach Cornia. Now moving to his right and passing it off to Huffner. Huffner picks up a screen from Carrillo, passes to the corner where Greer is waiting. Greer looks inside to Carrillo off the block, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Noreen. Here come the Pirates. They cross half court. Noreen dishes it off to Parker Henderson. He passes inside where the pass is stolen. A Rich County government steal by Truman Huffner. Feed goes to Scott, who has a great layup. Fall. 19-7. Rebels pick up their first basket of the second quarter. And a quick response by Westside pushes the score and the lead back up. It's now 21-7 Pirates. Scott trying to respond with a three that's offline, no good. And Westside moving the opposite way with it. Their layup is off the target, and it's rebounded by Scott, who draws a foul. It's the 6th foul on Westside, and it's something Coach Tyler Brown needs to keep an eye out for, as his team has a comfortable lead. 3 times the score of the Rebels. It's 21-7 right now. Rich gets it across half court, but then does over and back. A mental mistake by Meerbrook, who passed it to a trailing Scott who had not crossed half court. And a timeout is called by head coach Lex Cornea. We'll take a 30-second break. When we return, it's a 21-7 game with 3:45 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
And it is a clock reads 3:45 to go in our Stacy's Repair second quarter. The Rebels just turned it over on an over and back call, which is going to give the Pirates the basketball at half court. For the Rebels right now, they got to find a way to generate some offense. They do not look comfortable on that half of the court, and it's not much better on defense. West Side is just chucking up great looks from beyond the arc. Rebels are a little lucky right now that the Pirates aren't making more of these. This score could be worse. Parker Henderson gets the ball across half court for West Side. Dribbles to his right to the far wing. He passes to Riker Loves, who gives it to Brown. Brown dribbling inside the free throw line. Passes it to the Rebel bench, out of play, and a turnover for West Side gives the Rebels a break. It's going to be John Scott to inbound it in front of his bench, with Logan Meerbrook and Truman Huffner checking out of the game for Jaden Grohl, and Riley Taylor comes back in. Grohl gets the pass, gets it over back to Greer. Rebels got to get across half court. Now they do. They look to Scott, who passes to Taylor off the glass, and good. Taylor picks up his second basket of the day. It's 21-9 in favor of the Pirates. Parker Henderson taking orders from his coach, handing it off to Blaze Brown, who looks to Jackson Stewart. And a pass intercepted by Greer. Here goes Ghana Greer through the paint, off the glass, whistle blows, travel. It looked like Greer had a trailing Pirate who Greer could sense was right behind him and kind of fumbled with the ball, making his way towards the basket. Kind of a borderline travel. I didn't get a good enough look at it, but nevertheless, it's Westside basketball as John Scott tips a pass out of play. Rebels putting on a bit of a press right now, trying to generate some turnovers. 2:51 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. That's Stacy's Repair. Take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Westside inbounds the ball to Noreen. He passes to Brown, who's harassed by Grohl and forces a turnover. Good steal. John Scott comes away with it. He passes to Greer on the far wing. Greer gives it back to Scott on the top of the arc. Scott beginning to dribble. Passes to Grohl. Grohl gives it over to Carrillo at the top of the arc. Carrillo passing to Greer on the far side, and now goes to Scott in the corner. Back to Greer. Under 2.5 to go in the first half. Rebels trail 21-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Scott has it now on the far wing. He gives it over to Greer, who looks inside to Taylor. Goes up strong with it, rolls in and out of the rim. Whistle blows on the rebound attempt, and it's going to be a foul on the Rebels. Foul is on Riley Taylor, it appears. No, it's on Jaden Grohl. That's Grohl's first foul and the fourth foul for the Rebels in the first half. West Side facing a full court press. Now they get it across half court to Brown inside the perimeter. Brown in the corner. He passes on to Shirtliff, who looks to Noreen on the far side. Noreen dribbles it over and passes to Stewart, who gives it back to Shirtliff, and now Noreen has it on the near wing. Brenton Noreen guarded closely by Scott. He passed to Brown. Brown dribbles into the elbow, kicks it out to Noreen, who passes to Stewart for three. Too deep, never got a piece of the rim or basket. And the Rebel bench is unhappy with the no call right now, as Jaden Grohl was just shoved to the floor. But the ball was an air ball. The shot was an air ball by Stewart, so it was going to be Rebel basketball regardless. Minute 30 to go in the first half. Rich trailing 21-9. Scott passing it over to Grohl, who passes to Greer on the near wing. Greer looks inside, has his pass taken away. Here comes Shirtliff for the Pirates. He's on the far side with it, passing it over to Noreen. Back to Shirtliff in the far corner, who gives it over to Noreen at the top of the key. Noreen passing to Stewart, and now it's in the arms of Henderson. Pirates moving along the perimeter. Noreen guarded by Grohl. Minute to go in the first half. Brown passes inside. Whistle blows, and foul is called on the Rebels. Foul is on Riley Taylor. It's his second foul. 58 seconds to go in our Stacy's Repair second quarter. I invite you to stick around for our halftime coverage. We'll have our first half highlights presented by the town of Randolph, and our Rob Laveson presented stats of the first half. Here we go. Pirates inbound it inside the paint. Shot no good, rebounded by Meerbrook, who just came in. He passed to Scott, who hasn't gotten across half court with it. Now he passes, and nearly an over and back, so Meerbrook had to throw it across. And the Rebels come away with the scrambled ball. It's Greer wide open beneath the paint, beneath the basket, off the glass and good. 21-11 as Connor Greer gets his first points of the day. 30 seconds to go. Westside will hold for the last shot, up by 10. Brown takes the handoff from Noreen at the top of the key, and he gives it over to Stewart. Stewart, plenty of real estate at the top of the arc, gives it over to Noreen. And a bit of a three-man game right now as it's going to be Noreen handing it off to Brown. Under 12 seconds to go now in the first half. Jackson near the center court logo, passing to Shirtliff. 7 seconds. Shirtliff dribbles his way close to the three-point line. 3 seconds. Shirtliff puts it inside, and a whistle blows with 1.2 seconds. Shirtliff went up with it, and foul is on Connor Greer. Greer got 2 paws on that ball. To me, it looked like a clean grab, but foul is called. I think the Rebel bench wanted a jump ball, but that's the third foul on Greer with 1.2 seconds, and that's big. For Greer to have 3 fouls going into the half, that's tough, and Coach Corney is asking for a jump ball there. So 1.2 seconds to go in the second quarter. 10-point lead for the Pirates. They inbound it, put up a shot at the buzzer, offline, no good. So that will do it for the first half of basketball here in Randolph. It's the visiting Pirates with a 21-11 lead over the Rich Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. We're going to get into our halftime coverage in a moment, but first we'll step aside for a quick 2-minute break here on Rebel Radio. And when we return, we'll have some stats and some first half highlights in our Crawford Trough halftime show. It's the place to eat and drink. Winter hours are Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7. So don't go anywhere. We've got that right around the corner. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care. History from the gangsters of the past like Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Bonnie and Clyde are at the Legal Tender restaurant located inside the Best Western Dunmar Inn. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the motel. During his FBI career, Dub worked with many other famous agents like Elliot Ness and Sam Calley to take the criminals down. From the names on the menu to the nostalgia on the walls, notorious figures from the 1920s are all around. Come and enjoy a delicious meal surrounded by history today at the Legal Tender restaurant, 1601 Harrison Drive, Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome into our Crawford Drop halftime show. We're going to have some first half stats and some first half highlights to go over as the Rebels trail the visiting Westside Pirates from Idaho 21-11. Rich entered tonight with a 4-3 record as Westside has a few more games under their belt. They came in with a 6-2 mark. So the Pirates looking to make it a 3-game win streak if they win tonight, and the Rebels looking to make it a 2-game win streak. Now let's check out some first half highlights offensively for the Rebels. Not a lot to write home about. You got 11 points on the board. That's something Coach Cornea is definitely preaching right now to his squad in the locker room. And there's many ways to diagnose how they can generate some more offense, but the first thing has to be getting comfortable. I mean, they just don't look like they're in a rhythm, and they have an attack plan, if you will. So for them to start getting a little more comfortable on the offensive half of the court, and you can do that by picking up some fouls. You look at Westside right now, if you're a team trailing by 10, a good way to get back in the game is put them in foul trouble. You've got nothing to lose going in the paint right now. Whether if someone's getting a foul, that's where you take right now. So let's check out some first half stats. So Rich shot 22% from the field. They went 0 from 6 from beyond the three-point line and 5 of 17 inside the three-point line, 1 for 1 at the free throw line. As for the Westside Pirates, they shot 32% from the field, 4 for 10 from the three-point line. A lot of those three-point shots coming in the first quarter, which helped them get out to a 13-5 advantage going into the second quarter. Rebounding, though, this is what I should have talked about first. This is what's really killing the Rebels right now. Westside out-rebounding the Rebels 19-14. Westside has 6 offensive boards. They keep getting second chance opportunities, and they're making most of them, too. Rebels have 3 offensive rebounds, so if you want to look to a spot to turn around quickly, it's going to have to be on the glass. Focus on limiting Westside's second chance opportunities and giving yourself some second chance opportunities as well. Both sides have 7 turnovers, so a wash in that department. And those are some of our stats from the first half. As we check out the scoring, Rebels were led by Riley Taylor, who had 4 first half points. Logan Muirbrook had 3 in the first quarter, which wrapped up his first half stat line offensively. John Scott's got a pair of points alongside Connor Greer. So for the Rebels, 4 out of their 5 starters on the score sheet so far. No one from the bench making any contributions to the scoreboard at the moment. All right, folks, we got about 4.5 minutes to go in our Crawford Trough halftime show before the Epic Recreation third quarter. We'll take another quick break, and when we return, we'll talk about some more first half highlights presented by the town of Randolph before we get the second half of Rebel basketball underway. It's the visiting Pirates leading 21-11. We'll be right back in 1 minute after a quick break from some of our Rebel supporting businesses.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
talk about that first half a little more. I've got my right-hand man, Rob Leifson, next to me, and it's a 21-11 game right now. And Rob just pointed out the good news is you're only down by 10. I mean, you shot 0 for 4 from beyond the three-point line. You're out-rebounded in the first half, 19-14, and the opposition shot 40% from beyond the arc. So for it only to be a 10-point game right now, you got a chance to get back in this game if you turn things around, which we saw the Rebels do yesterday against North Summit. They completely turned it around in the second half, so don't count out Rich just yet. All right, folks, we got about 2.5 minutes to go until the Epic Recreation third quarter, so we're going to take a quick 2-minute break here on our Rebel basketball coverage, and when we return, we're going to have the third quarter of Rebel basketball as we wrap up our Town of Randolph first half highlights. We'll see you in 2 minutes. It's a 21-11 lead for the Westside Pirates.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event. When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Randolph as we check out our Bear Lake Realty fan cam before we begin the second half of action. BearLakeRealty.com. You can give them a call at 435-946-8888. And I should have said earlier, Gary McKee informed me that the girls who played at Westside a couple hours ago fell short against the Pirates, losing by 4 points, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah, lost by 4 in a low-scoring affair. So we'll have the girls' coverage tomorrow, a rematch against Bear Lake. So looking forward to that as we wrap up our fan cam and get into the third quarter of Rebel basketball. And here we go. We are off and running. It's the Rebels trailing 21-11 against the Pirates. Pirates working on offense to begin the second half. Kick ball is called against Huffner, and he's a little dumbfounded right now. I don't think he agrees with it, but does not matter. He's not the one with the whistle in his mouth. West side to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket, and Huffner with an amazing steal, but turns it right back over as a whistle blows. With the Pirate going up towards the hoop, a foul is called. It was Breiler Shirtlift going up with it. First free throw from Shirtlift up and good, pushes the score to 22-11. Second free throw up and good as well. 23-11 Pirates with 7:40 and counting to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. West side poked the ball out of play on Rich's attempt to bring the ball up the court. Scott now inbounds to Huffner, who goes through the paint in a wide open alley. Could have driven a car through it. He goes right to the glass and knocks it in. 23-13, back to a 10-point game. Pirates have the ball at the top of the key. They have it now on the near wing. Moving it to the near corner for Shirtliff. He passes to Stewart, who kicks it out to Noreen. Noreen had it at the elbow, pulled up his dribble, and passes to Brown on the near wing. He gives it back to Noreen. Noreen going through the paint, kicks it out to the far corner. And the Pirates moving the ball around the perimeter. A little over 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 10-point lead for Westside. Stewart pulls up for three. That's off target. Rebound Westside, though. Henderson goes up with it, and that falls. Second chance points there for the Pirates. 25-13 Westside. Rebels get it across half court. Greer on the near wing. Kicks it up to the top of the key. Passes to Scott, who pulls up for three. That's off the rim. And it's rebounded by the Pirates. Here comes Brown with it. Blaze Brown dribbling through some traffic. Passes to Noreen, who goes along the baseline. Nifty pass to Henderson, who wasn't expecting it. Three-point shot from Shirtliff. Off target. Rebounded by Greer, who has his pass taken away. But a travel is called. A great effort by a diving Shirtliff. Bryler Shirtliff jumped nearly into the Rebel bench, but he traveled in the process. John Scott with the Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play. He passes to Taylor. Taylor gives it across to Greer in the corner. Back to Meerbrook now at the elbow. Meerbrook muscling his way in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Taylor, who's fouled on his way up. And a pair of free throws coming for Riley Taylor. Riley Taylor makes a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. His side down 25-13 with 6:07 to go in our Epic Recreation third quarter. First free throw up and off the iron, no good. Riley Taylor with 4 points in the first half. Looking for his fifth, and that falls. 25-14. Shirtliff trying to respond on the other end, and his shot is a misfire, and it's rebounded by Rich. Huffner brings the ball across half court. Gives it to Scott, who looks inside to Taylor, goes up and it's fouled again. So Riley Taylor making a couple of early trips to the free throw line to start the third quarter. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Rich, trying to put Westside in some foul trouble to carve into this deficit. First free throw falls home. 25-14 now. (25-15), I beg your pardon. 10-point game. Second free throw on the way from Taylor, and that falls as well. So it's 25-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard in favor of the team in maroon. Westside moving it back up top to Shirtliff. He passes to Noreen on the near wing, who dribbles his way to the top of the arc. Noreen standing near the center logo, passing to Stewart on the near side. He gives it to Love at the top of the arc, who passed to Blaze Brown on the far wing. Back to Love at the top of the arc, who just hands it off to Noreen. Noreen dribbles his way through the paint, puts up a layup. It's rebounded by Taylor. Here come the Rebels. He passes to Scott, who gives up to Truman Huffner. Huffner puts up a floater. It's short, but rebounded by Meerbrook, who gets the sloppy seconds. 25-18. Rebels on a bit of a run here, trying to carve into this lead. It's a 7-point game now. Here comes Noreen. He passes to Brown for three, and that falls. Back to a 10-point game. 28-18 in favor of the visiting Pirates. A turnover by the Rebels. Here comes a wide open layup that's missed by Shirtliff, but Brown's there for a second chance, and he puts it up. 30-18, and 5 quick points by Westside has silenced that Rebel momentum. Scott passes to Greer for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Westside. Pirates throw the ball up court to Shirtliff, off the glass and in. Good layup by Shirtliff. It's now 32-18 in favor of Westside on the Station on Main scoreboard. A 3-point shot from Scott is off target. Loose ball rebounded, last touched by a Westside player. And head coach Lex Corney is going to call time. We're going to take a 30-second break. It's a 32-18 lead for the Pirates with 4:06 to go in the third quarter.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Quarter. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me on a wonderful Friday evening here in Rich County. Rebels just called timeout. They have the ball on offense beneath the west side basket, and Rich had gone on a bit of a run. For a moment there, that score hovered around a 12-point margin, 10-point margin. Rich got it down to 7, but 5 quick points by the Pirates quickly put it back to a double-digit lead, and now it's a 14-point advantage with a little over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 32-18 West Side. Rebels with the Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play to Hayden Meek. He passes to Huffner on the near wing. Huffner, cross-court pass to Greer. Back to Huffner, who gives it over to Meek on the near side. Meek passing to Greer, who gives it over to Huffner on the far side. Looks inside to Meerbrook, passes to cutting Connor Greer at the block, picked up his dribble, pass to Meek. Meek at the top of the key, looks inside, had his pass poked away and taken away by a Pirate. Henderson gives it up to Brown on the far wing. His pass is intercepted for the moment and picked up by Meerbrook, who chucks it back into the field of play, and it was weighted by and picked up by Hayden Meek. He passes to Greer on the near wing, who looks inside to Meerbrook at the block, kicks it back out to Greer for 3. That misses everything and goes out of play. 32-18 still with 3:20 to go on our Station on Main scoreboard in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Noreen crosses half court for the Pirates. He passes it over to Parker Henderson, who gives it to Brown. Brown dribbles his way to the free throw line, now reverses course and pulls it back out. Back in and kicks it out to Henderson, who passes to Noreen on the near corner. He gives it over to Henderson. Henderson dribbling to his right and passing to Noreen. Noreen directing traffic and flipping it over to Henderson. The two playing catch and pass. Here comes a diving Shirtliff off the glass. No good. Rebounded by the Rebels. Meek passing it up to Greer, who pulls up from the block off the glass. No good. Gets his own miss. Whistle is blown, and Connor Greer draws a foul. You got to give Connor Greer a lot of credit right now. He's playing very physically right now, and he's got 3 fouls to his name as well. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. Rebels down 32-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer inbounds it to Huffner at the top of the arc. Huffner standing still, now dribbling and bounce passing to Greer. Greer with plenty of real estate between him and his defender Henderson. Picks up a screen from Carrillo. He bounce passes it across to Meek. Meek harassed momentarily, so he passes it off to Greer at the center arc. Greer dribbles to his left, flings it across to Huffner. Huffner gives it back to Greer for 3. Looks good to me. Sure is. A 3-point shot by Connor Greer. 32-21. Rebels trying to cut into this one late in the third quarter. Westside responds to the three of their own, but it's off target. Riker Love gets the rebound, puts it in. It's 34-21. On another basket by the Rebels. 34-23 now, and Rich responding. Westside offense moving it around. (34-23) as we update our station on main scoreboard. Riley Correa with that last basket as the two teams picked up the pace. And now Riley Taylor's gonna grab a seat for Logan Meerbrook. Inbound pass goes to Huffner. 1:23 and counting to go in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Huffner, Greer, I beg your pardon. Whistle blows as he's made his way towards the basket, and a foul is called. It's the fourth foul on Westside in the second half. Second foul on Parker Henderson. 1:16 to go. Rebels down 34-23 against the Pirates. Inbound pass to Huffner for three. Splash! 34-26 after a Truman Huffner three, his first points of the day. Pirates trying to respond to the basket of their own, but Henderson was fouled on his way to the hoop. Fouls on Connor Greer, and that's not who the Rebels want to pick up a foul. It's his fourth foul, so he'll take a seat, and John Scott will come back on the court. So I'm guessing Greer will sit until about 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Let's see what Coach Cornell wants to do with him. For now, it's an entry pass of Shirtliff, who has his short jumper fall. It's back to a 10-point game, 36-26. Rebels kick it out to Huffner. Thought about shooting a three. Looks inside. For a moment, it looked like a floater from the elbow. Then he had a bit of a no-look pass to Correa, who wasn't quite ready for it, but last touch by a Westside player and got out of play. Meek to inbound it. Looks inside to Correa. Ball got poked away and falls to the arms and hands of John Scott. Scott was fouled as he was awaiting a pass from Hayden Meek at the top of the key. Third foul on Parker Henderson. 36 ticks to go in the third quarter. Rebels trying to make it a single-digit game going into our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Inbound pass goes to Scott. 31 seconds. He passes to Huffner, who gives it over to Meek at the top of the arc. Back to Huffner for three, no. Opted not to shoot it. Had a good look. Pass to Scott instead, who gives it over to Meek. 20 seconds. Pass to Scott on the near wing. Scott, cross-court pass to Huffner. 15 seconds, inside to Carrillo. Carrillo working along the block, up and good off the glass. Great shot by the junior Riley Carrillo. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, Westside across half court. Henderson at the elbow, passing to Shirtliff. 1 second, at the buzzer, off the rim and no good. So the Rebels get the last basket of the third quarter to make an 8-point game. It is 36-28 in favor of Westside on the Station on Main scoreboard as we start the fourth quarter in 1 minute right after this.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! Weststar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
the fourth quarter here in Rich County. The Rebels find themselves in an 8-point hole against the Westside Pirates, 36-28. If this score does not scream head coach Lex Cornea, I don't know what does. 8 minutes to go here in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter as Westside inbounds the ball to Noreen, who crosses half court, and he'll pass it over to Jackson Stewart, who gives it right back to Noreen. Looked inside to Henderson, who lost it, went out of play, and it's Rebel basketball. So for Rich to have it be an 8-point game right now is a big victory with their lack of success on offense so far, but that can all be washed away with a great quarter now. Huffner passing to Carrillo at the top of the key. Carrillo looks to Scott on the near wing, who looked inside to Meerbrook, kicked it out to Huffner. Huffner dribbles in, pass to Jaden Grohl. Grohl stuck on the block, guarded heavily, bounce pass to Scott at the elbow. Scott dribbles his way beyond the perimeter. Whistle blows, and we've got some mangled bodies playing twister inside the paint right now. And an offensive foul on Logan Meerbrook. So it's going to be Pirate basketball with 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter. First foul on Meerbrook. Rebels down 8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Girls played Westside in Westside a couple hours ago and fell short against the Pirates. Here come Westside. They move it inside to a cutting Noreen, who went up with it. Shot was off target. Rebound Rebels. Grohl passes to Scott in the far corner. He looked to Meerbrook beneath the basket. Meerbrook goes up with it and finishes it. What a great basket by the senior. 30-36. 36-30 on the Station on Main scoreboard. First basket of the fourth quarter. Whistle blows as the Rebels commit a foul on defense, sending Braylon Shirtlift to the free throw line, a Bear Lake Realty free throw. Shirtlift, first free throw up. First half of the 1-and-1 is off target. Three-point shot, excuse me. Pardon me. 38-30. Rebel on offense, kicking out to Huffner on the near side. He passes to Correa, who looks to Scott on the far wing. Scott yet to dribble, passes across the head of a defender, and looked for Meerbrook, who drew the foul, and foul is on Shirtlift. And now I think we're approaching nope, one more foul, and then it's 1-and-1 for the Rebels. Huffner inbounds it to Correa, who passed to Grohl, and now goes to Scott. He looks to Huffner on the near side. Cross-court pass to Grohl, who feed it inside to Correa off the glass, and good! Great basket by Correa. 38-32. Rebels picking up some tempo and intensity on offense. Noreen passing it over to Blaze Brown. He fed it inside to Shirtlift. His shot goes off the rim and out of play. Rebounded by Meerbrook. He flipped it across to Huffner. 5:45 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels down 38-32. Meerbrook pass to Carrillo, gives it right back to Meerbrook and back to Carrillo inside. He couldn't handle it. Loose ball picked up by Blaze Brown. Brown on the near wing. Picks up a screen, dribbles to his left, kicks it out to Noreen, who now dribbles across the free throw line. Pass to Shirtlift for three, off target, rebounded by Scott. Scott crossing half court, goes across to the free throw line, pulls up for a jumper, misfires there, and it's rebounded by Westside. Little over 5 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels down by 6. Noreen passing to Brown on the far side. He goes inside to Henderson. Henderson working his way along the block, kicked it out to Brown, who passed to Noreen at the top of the arc. Noreen handing it off to Brown, who passes it across, and the Pirates look inside. Shot from Brown off target. Westside wants a foul, they don't get it. And a pass goes to Correa, who looks to Grohl, and now passing it off to Scott at the top of the key. Scott, chest pass to Jaden Grohl, who uses a screen from Carrillo. Back to Carrillo, the top of the key, near but just about. Passing it up to Huffner. Under 4.5 to go in the game. Rebels down 6. Ball is taken away by Scott. Here's Noreen on a breakaway. Finishes the layup. 40-32 after the Noreen basket. Rebels back down by 8. And head coach Lex Cornea for Rich Rebels calls time. So with 4:03 remaining in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter, it's an 8-point game on the Station on Main scoreboard when we return after this 30-second break.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Westside leading the Rebels. Head coach Lex Cornea calls time with 4:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. He's dialing up a play for his side here. I'm curious to see if we're going to see Connor Greer check back in, and indeed we do. So Greer, who exited late in the third quarter due to some foul issues, he has 5 to his name right now. He's got to play a little light to keep himself in this game. Scott to inbound it, goes to Greer. 4 minutes to go now, Rebels down 8. Huffner on the near wing, pass to Taylor at the top of the key. And Taylor turns it over. Here comes Westside the other direction with it. Pass goes to Stewart on the near side, and Stewart gives up to Noreen, who slows things down. Noreen backpedals near the center logo R. Pirates pass to Shirtliff. Braylon Shirtliff the top of the key, pass to Stewart. Stewart sends it across to Blaze Brown. Brown guarded by Scott. The ball staying outside the three-point line for the time being. Under 3.5 to go in the fourth. Rebels trailing 40-32 against the Westside Pirates. Westside passes to Stewart now. Stewart sends it across to Brown. Brown now goes to Noreen. Noreen guarded by Greer. Westside has run a minute off the clock on this possession already. With an 8-point cushion, that's what they want to do. They're just moving the ball around, and Rich has to do something right now to generate a turnover. Brown with at the near top of the key. Underhand pass goes to Noreen. Noreen in the corner finds Henderson. Henderson gives it back to Noreen. Little over 2.5 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Noreen handing off to Henderson. Here's Shirtliff with it in the corner. He passes to Henderson, who lost it. Whistle blows. Foul on Meerbrook. Meerbrook not happy with the call. It's his second foul, I believe, this game. And it's going to be foul number 5 for the Rebels. It's actually foul number 3 for Meerbrook. 2:28 to go in the fourth. Rebels trailing 40-32. Inbound pass for the Pirates now goes to the hands of Brown, who looks inside to Shirtliff, who backpedals near the center logo. Noreen has it. He's guarded by Greer. At the elbow now is Henderson. He's double-teamed, nearly lost it, but regains possession. Noreen is fouled, and no, timeout is called by Pirates head coach Tyler Brown. So Westside has run nearly 2 minutes off the clock this possession. We'll take a 30-second break. When we return, we'll have the last 2 minutes and 7 seconds of Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter Rebel basketball with Rich trailing by 8.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
to go in the fourth. Here from Randolph with the Rebels trailing the Pirates 40-32. It's Westside basketball right now as Coach Tyler Brown called time. His side has successfully run nearly 2 minutes off the clock in this single possession without taking a single shot. So for Coach Cornea, it's no longer about trying to force a turnover. You're down 8 with 2 minutes to go. Fouling has to start early. Unfortunately, I guess depending on how you want to look at it, half glass full or half empty, the Rebels have a foul to give before it will be 1-1. Noreen to inbound it. And the inbound pass is nearly taken away by Greer. No, so it's last touch by Shirtliff. Goes off his foot out of play, and that's exactly what the Rebels needed. So a turnover on the inbound pass for Westside gives the Rebels possession. Inbound pass for Rich goes to Huffner. He crossed half court and passed to Greer on the near wing. Looked inside to Meerbrook at the block. Meerbrook goes up and is fouled. Foul is on Shirtliff, and that is foul number 7 for the Pirates and number 4 for Shirtliff. So it's a 1-1 opportunity for Logan Meerbrook now. Meerbrook with 7 points in the game. Shooting 2, so shooting foul, not a 1-1, a big difference there. First free throw up and good. Off the front iron and falls. 40-33, Pirates. Second free throw up and good as well. 40-34 now Westside. Rebels trailing by 6. Minute 48 and counting. Brown has it for the Pirates. He passes to Stewart. Stewart on the near wing gives it back to Brown. Tipped away for the moment. Whistle blows and a foul on Rich. This is foul number 6. So we are not shooting free throws yet. It will be the next foul that we get a 1-1. Bryler Shirtliff will inbound it. His inbound pass goes to Noreen. 1:35 to go in the fourth. Noreen guarded by Huffner. Passing it in the corner to Jackson Stewart. And another timeout is called by Tyler Brown, head coach of the Westside Pirates, who are currently nursing a 6-point advantage. We're going to keep it right here during this break. So during the last timeout, my statistician Rob Leifson informed me that after trailing in the rebound department at the half, the Rebels now lead in rebounding, and that's something that needed to change for Rich to get back in this game. They were being out-rebounded 19-14 at the end of 2 quarters of play, and now they are out-rebounding the Pirates with 1:30 remaining to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. It's a 6-point game. Regardless of the outcome of this game, I invite you to stick around for our post-game coverage. We'll have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, along with the Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play of the Game, and finally our Garden City Game Adjustment. All that coming up at the conclusion of this one, but we have 90 seconds to go and 6 points separating the Rebels and the Pirates. 40-34, it's Westside basketball on the offensive half of the court. They're going to inbound it now. They do so to Noreen on the Rebel half of the court. Noreen taking his time and now crossing half court. He's guarded by Huffner. Bounce pass to Jackson in the corner. Cross-court pass to Brown now inside. Whistle blows as Shirtliff went up with it. And this is big. That was a shooting foul. So it's going to be 2 free throws, and that's kind of a worst-case scenario, I guess, besides a made basket. Is if you're going to foul, you want it to be in a 1-on-1 situation. So 2 free throws for Bryler Shirtliff, who knocks down the first one. 41-34 Pirates. 7-point game. Second free throw up and good. Back to an 8-point advantage. 42-34. Rebels trailing on the Station on Main scoreboard. John Scott will inbound it for Rich with 1:17 to go in the fourth. His inbound pass goes to Huffner. Huffner making his way towards the half-court line, picked up his dribble right before it, crosses across half-court pass to Scott, who gets it across by passing to Greer. Kicks out to Huffner, who puts up a 3. That's off the rim. Rebounded by Meerbrook. Loose ball, who's got it? They're both fighting for it. Meerbrook comes up with it. Reverse layups, no good. Gets his own miss. Goes up again. That is great hustle by Meerbrook. 42-36. And a foul is called. 52 seconds to go, and I think a timeout is actually called. Timeout, head coach Lex Cornea. We'll take a 30-second break during this one. It's 42-36 Pirates with 52 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
After the Logan Meerbrook made basket, it's back to a 6-point game with 52 seconds to go here in Rich. In the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Count on us to care. So the Rebels have to defend an inbound pass now by Westside, who's trying to kill 52 seconds of clock. And if you're the Rebels, you're talking about who you want to foul here. You look at the starting lineup for the Pirates. Blaze Brown and Bryler Shurtleff have done a bulk of the shooting for the Pirates. Have not seen much action from Easton Henderson or Jackson Stewart. So I'll be curious to see if that's who the Rebels target. Right now we don't see Jackson Stewart on the floor. Instead we see Parker Henderson. So Parker Henderson's gonna inbound it beneath his own basket. 52 seconds to go. Inbound pass goes to Noreen. He passes to Shurtleff, who crosses half court. 2-on-1. Wide open man, and he finds Easton Henderson, who makes the basket. 44-36. 40 seconds to go now. Rebels put up a three. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Henderson, who is fouled by Taylor. So the Rebels' full court press backfires as a wide open Henderson was at the block and put up an easy layup, and now we enter the game of free throws. Rebels trailing by 8. It's 44-36 with 34 seconds to go. Parker Henderson on the first half of a 1-and-1. Free throw is up, and no good. Rebounded by Meerbrook. He hauls it in, passes to Scott across half court. Finds Greer in the far corner. Greer feeds it over to Meerbrook on the near elbow, kicks it back to Greer, who finds Scott. Scott dribbles his way into the paint, puts up a floater, which falls. 44-38. Rebels harassing the Westside Pirates on the inbound pass. They get it to Noreen. Noreen passing it off to Brown. It kicks it off. Whistle blows. And I believe a foul is called on the Rebels. And I think that's John Scott's been kind of quiet today. I think that's his first points of the second half. 44-38 with 10 seconds to go. Brown's first free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Taylor. He passes it off to Huffner. 5 seconds to go. 6-point game. He passes to Scott. 3 seconds. 3-point shot from Scott. Off the rim. No good. At the buzzer. Put back is by Taylor, but it's too little too late. And that will do it here from Rich. Your final 44-40. Rebels fall by 4 to the visiting Pirates. Rich now falls to 4-4 on the season, while Westside improves to 7-2. Don't go anywhere, Rebel fans and Pirate fans. We've got post-game coverage coming your way. Our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game on the other side of this quick break. We'll see you in a minute, but your final 44 for Westside, 40 for the Rich Rebels.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Rebels fall to 4-4 on the season as Westside improves to 7-2 after the Pirates won 44-40 here in Rich County. Let's get into our post-game coverage of this one. We'll start it off with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. So, for the Rebels and Pirates, the first quarter was a bit of a slow-moving fest, some statues on the court, but it wrapped up with the Pirates leading 13-5 after 8 minutes of basketball. Second quarter, similar to the first. Things will turn around in the second half, though. But second quarter basketball saw the Rebels fall further behind, and the Pirates went into the half leading 21-11. At the end of 2 quarters of play, Rebels were led by a pair of points from Connor Greer. Riley Taylor had 4, Logan Meerbrook had 3, and John Scott had 2. That in the second half. Starting off in the third quarter, much different story. Both sides really picked up the intensity and the offensive tempo. It stayed at about a 10-point game roughly. At one point, the Rebels got it down to a 7-point game. That would be the closest it would be until the last couple seconds of this game. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, it was the Pirates leading 36-28 over the Rebels. To start the fourth quarter, the Rebels scored first to cut it down to a 6-point game, 36-30. Back and forth, Rich trading baskets with Westside, and ultimately the Pirates killed enough clock there. What really did the dagger, they had a 2+ minute possession, going from 4 minutes to a little under 2 minutes, which really made it difficult for the Rebels to have a comeback opportunity. And at the end of it, the final 44-40. As for our, I must say though, Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meats. Visit them on Front Street in Evanston. Always a delicious quality sandwich. I love my BLT, as I always do. Now time for our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. I'm going to award it to Riley Carrillo, I beg your pardon, who had a wonderful basket with a lot of traffic and tall trees around him beneath the hoop, went up strong with it, finished it off, and really provided a spark for the Rebel offense late in the fourth quarter. So that is our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. Precision Family Dental Care at reasonable rates. Call the dental office of Dr. McKay Frankham to schedule your appointment today. Give them a call at 307-789-8910. Let's check out some other stats from the first half and for the final game. The Rebels shot 22% from the field in the first half. They ended up shooting 35%, so a much better improvement in the second half. As for the Pirates, they shot 36% from the field. Rich had 32 rebounds to out-rebound Westside 29, as that's a turnaround compared to the first half where Westside was out-rebounding Rich 19-14 after 2 quarters of play. Riley Taylor led the rebounding department with 8, followed by John Scott with 6. 11 turnovers a pop for each side. Rich, though, they shot 55% from the three-point line last night in the second half. Tonight, they shot 13% from the three-point line, and that was a big difference maker. All right, that's our first half stats presented by Rob Leifson. We'll step aside for another quick break, and when we return in 60 seconds, we're going to get to our Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game, along with our Garden City game adjustment before we wrap up the broadcast. Your final, once again, from Randolph, 44-40 in favor of the visiting Pirates.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
From Rich County, Pirates take down the Rebels 44-40. Let's get to the back half of our post-game coverage and our Auto Farm, a community-driven dealership shot and play of the game. So Riley Carrillo took home our Dr. McKay Frankham play of the game, or precision play of the game. As for our shot of the game, a low-scoring affair for the Rebels. Only put up 40 points. They usually average about 55. So for our shot of the game, we're going to give it to Logan Meerbrook, who was just muscling and working his way beneath the basket. A lot of hard-earned points for Rich in tonight's game. So Logan Meerbrook gets our shot of the game. And as for our play of the game, you know I love defense. I'm a sucker for it. And Rich gave themselves a chance to complete the comeback. They forced a turnover on the inbound pass after Westside called time with a 6-point lead, and Rich turned it over on the ensuing inbound pass to set up their offense. Unfortunately, they didn't cash in. But that is our play of the game right there. And as for our Garden City game adjustment, the Rebels were out-rebounded 19-14 after the first half, and they would end up out-rebounding Westside in the game 32-29. So they got some work done in the glass after the first half. And Garden City, where families play, that is our game adjustment. All right, folks, let's check out what's on the calendar here before we sign off for the evening. What's coming up, you ask? Well, tomorrow we've got a doubleheader of basketball, but first it's the Rich High Wrestling team getting started at 10 a.m. in Bear Lake. And then we get boys and girls basketball right here in Rich County. The boys will play first against Tinnick, a 4:30 p.m. tip-off, and then the girls try to avenge their prior loss to Bear Lake at 6 o'clock or at whenever the conclusion of the boys' game is. And then next Thursday, January 14th, both the boys and girls basketball team will travel across state lines to the Cowboy State to take on the Cokeville Panthers. The girls will play first at 5:30, and then the boys will play at the end of that game at 7 or whenever it wraps up. Rich High Wrestling is also in action that day. They're taking on Evanston JV right here in Randolph. Well, folks, for my producer, Alyssa McDaniel, and my camera operator, Rob Leifson, I'm Matthew Peterson, signing off. The final from Randolph, the Westside Pirates defeat the Rich Rebels 44-40. Until next time, go Rebels.
You've been tuned into Rich High School Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.